And we are live. I'm gonna try to do this more often because I love live streams. I do. It's just a matter of finding time with everything I'm doing, which I'm choosing to doing because I want to level up in life, because that's how you level up in life. I'll tell you this. Ever since I've been back on oh my god, my fatigue's pretty much gone. I was dealing with a little bit of fatigue, but this fasting is really helping me out. Probably fasting with the carbs too, nature's carbs. But ever since I've just been back on OMAD, life has been good. I'm not stressing about my weight. I'm not stressing about the scale not moving. Things are moving in the right direction. So I'm super, super happy with that. And combining this with 14,000 steps a day is a win. It's hard, guys. Like this 14,000 step a day thing is hard. Um, I'm trying to start a little early, and I tried to do it yesterday, and I only got 12,000. But today I should definitely get in my 14. I'm at how many steps? And I'm using my Garmin this time. If you have a Fitbit, it's so easy to get in the steps. But anyway, in today's live stream, I want to talk about my 14,000 step a day, one meal a day challenge. I want to explain it in more detail and talk to you guys about it. So, hello, welcome, welcome. Darling, you look, thank you. Thank you so much. I am getting back on it. I'm already on it. I'm actually fasting. I haven't eaten for about 21 hours. And I did 36-hour fasts and what have you. So, yeah. Hi, Twitch. Hi. How long does it take you to get to 14K? So, the way I do it, well, let me see how I was going to show you guys my fast. So, right now, I'm like at 19 hours of fasting. And okay. Well, I don't know. I'm getting someone from Twitch because I'm live on Twitch. If you want to join me on Twitch, my Twitch is Deanna Joy Fitness. I don't know what this person's saying. Okay, sure. Right. How do you remove people from Twitch? Because this is like my first like weird experience with that. I don't know how to do that, but great. How do I go on Twitch and remove people? But I'll answer your question in a second. Okay. All right. Thanks, StreamYard. I thought you guys would have given me away. You're live, edit, remove. Oh, view on Twitch. There we go. So I can go on Twitch and view this. Let's see. So now I can go on Twitch and see if I can control. Oh, no, we don't want that. Now you can hear me talking. I know what to do. There you go. We just mute the site. And if I can just. There we go. Now I'm on Twitch. How do you do this? Twitch is so weird. This is so weird. I don't know how to do that. But I honestly don't know how to do that on Twitch. Hang on. I am going to remove right now because how do you remove people on here? I don't know how to remove people. I really don't know how to remove people right now because people want to talk and they don't know my journey. They don't know how much weight I've lost. I've done 3-day fasts and just all this stupid crap. So bye. Get off my channel. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. This is unexpected because I usually get this nonsense from YouTube. But I will answer your question in a second about how to do that while I figure out this Twitch situation. How do you community? Oh, okay. I got it now. I think I got it. I don't know how I got it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I really don't know how to do it, but I might just go back and focus on the live stream right now and I will figure that out. Or I can just remove Twitch completely and just focus on YouTube. But how long does it take me to get 14,000 steps a day? It takes me until the end of the day. So the way I do it is that I break up my steps. So first thing in the morning, I'll go on like a 20-minute to 30-minute walk. And then I go to the gym. Yesterday was hard because I was home from, I didn't work out yesterday. I was just at home. But where was I at here? Hang on, I need a drink because I'm super hungry right now. I did work out earlier today. My body is on fire right now. My legs are on fire. So I'm hanging through it because I did end my fast yesterday at 6:54 p.m. So I will be able to eat at 2:54 p.m. or so. But yeah, no, I'm burning those calories right now, so my legs are killing me. And one thing I forgot to take was creatine because I've been taking creatine, 1 scoop of creatine at night in a protein shake, and it's been helping. So, how long does it take? So, the key to this is that you have to break things up. So, do it in the morning, like 20 to like I do a 20 to 30-minute walk with my dog, so this makes Bo happy. And then after that, I basically plan my workouts in a way that I know I will count my steps will get counted. For some reason, when I'm on the Stairmaster, my Garmin does not count these steps. I don't know why. It just doesn't count these steps. But when I am on the elliptical, it kind of counts it. Treadmill, it does. So if I want to like make sure I get in those steps, maybe I'll do some interval training on the treadmill just to catch things up. And then I make sure I go on like an hour walk at the end of the day. That's how I try to get in. Now, there's other ways you can get in these steps. You can do step videos at home on YouTube. I know there's this woman I used to follow. Her name's Gliss Fitness. I used to do her step videos. Just Google on YouTube or search on YouTube step videos, and you can get like 1,000 steps within like 10 minutes. You can walk on the spot. I'm very active, so it's easy for me to get it if I'm conscious about it. But if I'm having a day that I'm sitting down, it will be really hard. So, yeah. Next. I hope that helps. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other ways to help get in your steps. Yeah, stand in the spot, walk, step videos, dancing, do laundry. If you don't drive a car, perhaps you can or if you do, it doesn't matter if you drive a car or not, taking transit or taking the stairs, going up and down the stairs, and the whole lot. You can do all of that. So, yeah. Next is hi, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Still I Rise. Hi, Daniela. Will you be doing keto or any particular diet or just focusing on OMAD? Right now, my focus is just on OMAD with this OMAD challenge. I will bring out keto, the guns of keto, when my weight starts to become difficult. And that the smaller I get, the more difficult it become. But right now, because of the way I'm training, I've never trained this way on my journey at all. The way I'm building muscle, the way I'm, lengthening the muscle fibers and I'm really contracting the muscle, it's a different way of training. When I lost weight on OMAD, I wasn't that focused on the training and I wasn't doing it as effectively as I'm doing it now. Like I'm really gunning for muscle hypertrophy right now. So right now I'm doing carbs, but I'm only doing nature's carbs. I removed rice and I'm eating things like sweet potato. Today I bought a yam. I bought a yam. It's so confusing. Yam, sweet potatoes. What do you guys like? Does that confuse you guys? Because they say sweet potato is a yam. But to me, in the Caribbean, a yam is the white one, the one that it's like a sweet potato, but it's white underneath. And then a sweet potato is orange. So I went to the supermarket today and I was like, I need my sweet potato. They didn't have the organic ones. And I didn't go have time to go to the other superstore that had the organic ones. And I ended up grabbing this big fat sweet potato thing. I'm like, okay, I'll just do this. It's non-organic. And it turned out to be a yam. I was like, well, what am I going to do with a yam? Yams are good, but I wanted sweet potato. But yes, no, I'm only doing nature's carbs. Like that's the only thing I'm doing. I'm only touching nature's carbs. Like refined carbohydrates will be like completely close to nil on like I do have this like pork schnitzel I have and there's a little bit of breaded stuff on it, but that should be fine. But I'm not touching any breads that are non-keto breads. I'm not touching anything like that. I just going nature's carbs. So that's what I'm doing. So no OMAD, no keto often. Maybe I'll throw in keto days. We'll see. But the focus is OMAD in the steps. It's truly OMAD in the steps. Those are the focus 100%. Hello, did you build up your fasting? Hello, how did you build up your fasting stamina? That's a great question. I'm trying to write down things to do videos on because I'm trying to pump out as many videos as possible. And that is a good question. How to build up your fasting stamina. I will do a video on it. I'm just going to write that down right now. Because it's a good question and I'll explain it to you right now. So, how to build up your fasting stamina. I've been prolonged fasting since 2020. So, basically, the way I started with building up my fasting stamina is that I started with the 16-hour fast because sorry, I'm hearing noises. That's from outside. I don't know what's going on. Because at the time, the 16 oh my god, that's so distracting. The 16-hour fast was the most popular fast. They were saying, "Oh, 16-8, if you know, fast for 16 hours, do that." That's the first time I've heard of it, and I started doing the 16-8. And then sorry, I'm just drinking my water. This is my hunger crushing water. I forgot to take my electrolytes this morning. It's okay. And then from there, I did 16-8 for about a week or 2, and I worked my way up. Well, not a week or 2, for a few months. I got used to it for a few months, but you can get your fasting stamina increase if you stay dedicated. So if you do 16-8 for 1 week, and then the next week add an extra hour and go to 17-7. No, does that make sense? 16-8, 17. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. 17-7. And then from the next week, go 18-6. And then you add an hour each week, or you can add a couple hours each week. I find it like when I leaped from 24 hours of fasting to 36, it was like once you get to that first 24, you can handle any levels of fasting. So you can do it that way, incrementally work. You got to feel yourself out because if you do a week of 16-8, you can probably get away with doing jumping to 18. So the way to do it, the key to all of this is making sure you end your fast early, but not too early. So it depends on when you go to bed, but I like the 6 o'clock range. That's a good range to end your fast. If you end at 8, then you got to wait a little longer. But it's just to be consistent, like pick a time and be consistent with it. So I worked my way up to it. Another way that I increased my fasting stamina was learning about fasting, watching videos on fasting, and learning about the science of fasting and how it can help you. And just me being sick and tired of being where I was on my journey, just me being, you know, overweight, sick, struggling, constantly dealing with pain and just not happy with my body. So that was like my motivator to keep on going, if that makes sense. So, yeah. And yeah, I will do a proper video on how to do it, but it's honestly individual. I can give you a template and then we can work our way through there. But I hope that helps. Hey, Fire, welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Still I Rise. I think I said hi to you. Oh, yeah, I just answered your question. Hey, Cheyenne. Hi, Daniela. I'll be joining the challenge. Can't stay for the live today because I'm at a museum with my family. Oh, that's so cool. Enjoy yourself. But I wanted to check in and say hello. I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking a moment to check in and say hello. I'm so happy you're doing the challenge. It's going to be a challenge, but if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Like that's the mindset you got to have when it comes to um overcoming this stuff. You just have to have that mindset. And yeah, for me, the 14,000 steps is a challenge. I have to like my knee was bothering me yesterday, and then I did some single leg squats and I did some activation to get my quad activating, and it was fine. But it's a challenge. It's a challenge. But again, you can't expect to change if you don't put yourself through uncomfortable positions. People are expecting to change by not doing anything. You have to put in the action. It can't be just words. One thing I cannot stand is people who put in words and they don't put the action to those words. Words are cheap. Talk is cheap. Action is where momentum happen. Action is where creation happens. So if you want to do something, you find a way to make it happen. Now, if you fail and you don't hit your step count, that's fine. And that's another thing I want to touch base on 100% is that with the steps, sorry, I'm wearing an oversized sweater and I'm not wearing a bra. So what's really frustrating with the entire, well, what I wanted to talk about is when people get discouraged with a challenge. The goal is to stay committed. Don't worry about the how, don't worry about the results. Stay committed. If one day you don't hit your goal of 14,000, that's fine. And that's another thing. I want you guys to make this challenge your own. I want you guys to pick a step count number. Now, for those of you who can do 14, come along and join me. But if you are going from making 5,000 steps a day a common thing, then maybe your goal is 8,000 steps, or maybe you want to go for the 10,000 steps. You'll still see weight loss results. Why? Because you are improving from that lack of mobility. You're improving. For me, 14,000 is an improvement because I can easily do 10,000 steps a day. 14,000 is a challenge. Like even when I don't try, I do 10,000, 11,000, sometimes 12,000. So 14 is my challenge. It's the goal is to get 14,000 plus steps a day with one meal a day. And I'm so happy I can do this because what limited me a lot in the past with being able to walk, because walking is the most powerful way to lose weight, and you combine it with a metabolic diet like OMAD, you're gonna shred. It's just weight loss happens with walking. It happens in the kitchen, of course, but like an exercise like walking or swimming is another good one. I used to swim all the time. It's gonna help you shed. So I'm just so happy I can be in this situation that I can walk. Now, for those of you who are dealing with injuries, that's me. I don't know. I might get an injury flare up and I can't walk. So if that happens, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to go to the pool. If you have access to a pool, go to a pool. That's another substitute. I don't know how my body's going to be. Right now, my body has been great. But what limited me in the past with the steps is that I would do it and then my body, then my injuries, my knee and my hip would act up. But I've been pretty strong and solid as of late. So I'm definitely going to go for it. Now, if I do have a flare up, I'll do like laps in the pool. That's still good enough. So I just want you guys to understand that. And another thing is that I don't want you guys beating yourself up. So when it comes to um all of this, you're going to fail. You're going to expect failure. You're not looking for perfection here, you're looking for progress. You're going to have days where you don't hit that goal. So if you can't hit the step goal, then focus on the nutrition. If you don't hit the nutrition, then focus on the step goal. That's why it's kind of like a two-pronged challenge here. You have one or the other. You want to focus on both, but there will be days, life will happen. And the way you get successful is how you respond to your failures, because failure is practice for you evolving. It's getting better. So this is like a mindset thing too. I don't want you giving up because one day maybe you didn't do an OMAD and you ended up, maybe breaking your fast an hour or two before, or you ended up binging. It doesn't matter. You screw up, go back on the horse immediately. Just jump back on it. That's how you do it. That's how I did it. That's how I got through failure after failure after failure. That's how I found success. So I want you guys to understand that. So yeah. Hey, hey Mo, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hello. I think I answered your No, I didn't. Okay. Nice to see you. Uh Wait, what? Oh, hi. Hi, weight loss journey by Keto Granny. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Mo says, I'll be working on getting good. That's good. I'll be working on getting my 10,000 steps a day. Take a walk in the morning. Yes, the morning walk kind of helps because you don't want to have all your steps at the end and you're like, oh my God, because that was me yesterday. I was like, oh my God, I should have spaced out my steps. So even if it's on the weekend like today, you can just go on three, like break up the steps, go on 3 20-minute walks or something, or do a video. I think I might do a little dance video or something just to let some energy out because I've been sitting on my butt for the last couple hours even though I went to the gym. I have a lot of energy. But anyway, take a walk in the morning, walk for work during the day, and take my evening walk. I'm really proud of you. 10,000 steps. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. MB says, thank you for answering my question. It does help. You're very inspiring. Well, all I want to do is help you guys. I want you guys to find the power of you. Find the power of you because you are the only one that can change you. And if I can inspire you to do that, it's a win. Like I want to create like, like something good in this world. There's so much negativity. Like I had a troll on, what do you call it? On freaking Twitch, and he's like saying all this stuff. I'm like, well, I haven't ate for days. And he's like, no, you should eat, blah, blah, blah. Well, watch what you say. Like I really don't care. People are dumb, but I just want to create something better in this world because this world is just like crappy. And I want to inspire people and I want people to do better and I want people to be better and I want people to find their power from within because I'm a person who struggled a lot on my journey myself. I struggle a lot with depression, anxiety. It's been hard for me. It has not been easy. So if I can make light out of this darkness, out of this hell I'm going through, it's a win. Like it gives me purpose. It gives me something to do. Besides, of course I have my son. He gives me purpose as well. But me doing this, showing him, he's like my biggest advocate. He's like, "Mommy, you're going to do well. You're doing this." Like he's literally my biggest advocate. He tells me to trust the process. He's like a wise 9-year-old. I don't know who this kid is. But it's just I want to, and he sees my struggles. He knows what I'm going through, and if I can be that example for him, showing him that hey, when you're down, you can do something about it, and you can create that light in the darkness. It's for him, and not just for him, for you guys as well, and for myself, and to combat those voices in my head that are constantly bombarding me, saying this, you're not that. Like I battle every day. Like today, I wanted to give up in the mirror. I was like, you are going to do this. I'm going to do this. I have this in me. I'm going to make it happen. I am making it happen. You have to literally combat that negative thought in your mind, like with 16 inspiring, motivational, encouraging thoughts. That's how I get through the hell I've been going through. That's how I do it. And, sometimes I have days where it's bad, but I always find a way to get back up. And I want people to approach life in that aspect. So, yes. Hi. How much have I missed? Not much, about 21 minutes. I was rambling for a bit, but it's okay. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you being here. When does it start? You can start it May 1st. I started it for May 1st, but you can start it whenever. If anyone's rewatching this video in the future, just start it right now when you see it. Just go 30 days. 30 days. I am starting today. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting today. So I want to get it done today. I already transitioned into OMAD, which I'm so grateful for because it gives me so much energy. And I can put in all this work with one meal a day and see results. Like it's just nothing's more frustrating when you're putting in all the work and nothing's moving. But OMAD makes things happen. Yes, 14,000 steps. Drop in the chat. I want to know how many steps you guys are going to aim for. What is your step goal? Because the step goal is going to be individual. It's going to be individual. You just want to do more than what you're already doing. And let's say, how much more? I'm going 4,000 more than what I'm regularly doing. I regularly do 10. I'm going to go for 14. So look at your stopwatch, look at your app, and let me know and add 4,000. Or if you're going to go for 14, go for 14. And I chose 14 because 14 is actually the sweet spot for weight loss. If you really want to, again, it's different for someone who hasn't gotten up to 10,000 steps. But if you're regularly doing 10,000 steps, 14 is the sweet spot. Now, if you're someone who hasn't been stepping a lot and you haven't gotten to 10,000 steps, 10,000 steps will get you some weight loss results. So yeah. Hi, Nick. Welcome. Welcome. How are you doing? I appreciate you being here. How are you? You're still pregnant, right? Or the baby didn't come, did it? I'm so happy for you. So many women are pregnant right now. But congratulations. Oh. Okay, good question. How do you continue to fast while preparing food for your family? I just prepared food for my dog. Um, I have to cook for her because our diet ruined her digestive system. Like, again, you feed like this is related to humans. You feed the dog kibble. This kibble's filled with crap, refined carbohydrates. Her system is so messed up. Like she's having human issues. So she's not overweight, but she's having bowel issues. So it's like, what the hell? So I cook for my dog. I buy her raw food and I cook for it. And I got her this high quality raw food and it was like pork. It smelled very good. I'm obviously not going to eat it because it's dog food. But it's just basically raw food for dogs. And I was cooking for her and now I'm cooking for my son. So how do I get through this? How do you continue fasting while you're preparing food for your family? Because I'm hungry now and I was going to eat. So how do I do it? I know that my time to eat will come. So to make it easier on myself, while I'm preparing my meal for myself, I like to also prepare meals for my son. And then what I do is I kind of bulk cook. So I make sure he has enough meals. If I don't cook, then I either go to the store and grab there's a Safeway by my house. Their little like hot stuff is pretty cheap, or I'll just grab something cheap that I know he'll like, whether it be like pizza, which I shouldn't do because I want to change his diet. Whether it be like a frozen pizza, I would do that. I would buy things because a lot of things my son eats, I don't eat. And if he does eat what I eat, he'll eat it. So, for example, my raspberries are gone. He just ate them. So I try to prepare meals ahead of time. So he likes steak and potatoes. So I'll just cook a bunch of steak and a bunch of potatoes in one go. And I'm cooking it while I'm preparing my one meal a day meal. So that will last for like 3 days. So that's how I do it that way. Now, if he needs a quick breakfast, usually in the morning, I'm not hungry, and then he's at school. So that's how I do it for my little family, for my son and I. So yeah, I just it can be difficult, but you have to stay fixated on the prize. And you have to know that you're gonna eat. That's what I like about OMAD. Because if this was a 36-hour fast, what I do again, I would cook in bulk and then I would just like disappear in the back room, or I'll just like leave, or I'll just like read a book or dive into something. But it's good to cook in bulk for them so they're able to have their food. That's how I do it. But with OMAD, it's easier to do it because you know you're gonna eat, right? You know you're gonna eat. So remember, don't break your fast. It's gonna happen. Hang in there. Just gotta keep telling yourself, like fixate on the results, fixate on your goals, fixate on the feeling. Be proud of yourself. You're not restricting food at all. All you're doing is you're eating in a way that's going to enhance weight loss because your goal is health. Your goal is weight loss. Your goal is to lose that weight. And when you struggle with resistant weight loss like me, so resistant, I still think I'm still metabolically ill. It's obvious that I still am. So I'm just not touching refined carbohydrates, period. But when you're metabolically ill, you got to focus on the task at hand. Focus on the future, what you're going to see, what you're going to feel. It's fitting into that piece of clothing you wanted to fit into and it didn't fit. Feeling confident about your body, being able to move up a flight of stairs without feeling tired, being proud of yourself for making that transformation because weight loss is hard in this day and age. People are struggling with it because we're getting so much messaging. And now they're promoting this GPL1 thing. Did I say that right? GLP1? Gluco. I'm talking about Ozempic. And I'm going to do like I'm uploading my first episode of my podcast now. There'll be I don't know when I'm going to drop that. I'm thinking next weekend, but I'm going to do my second episode on Ozempic and Robelisis and all these other injectable weight loss things because they have serious side effects and some of that side effects mean is loss of life. So I want people to know they don't have to go to extreme measures. I don't want people to feel like, oh, they need to go have weight loss surgery. You can take control of your health with fasting. Fasting is the most powerful tool we have in reversing our metabolic damage. And the thing is with fasting, there are no side effects like taking a pill, like going under surgery. There is no now I'm not bashing anyone who's done surgery. Um the shots I'm not into. I'm not into those shots because they just really destroy bone density. But the weight loss surgery, I think it's a great tool and it has helped people. I'm a supporter of that. But for someone who can't afford it, like for me, I can't afford weight loss surgery. I don't even know where to have weight loss surgery if I needed it back when I was like 282 pounds. I don't think they do that in Canada. So, like, if you can't afford that stuff, you can lose weight in a way that is cost effective. Fasting, training your body, learning how to eat properly, learning how to get in that fiber, the keto diet, doing the proper keto diet, eating your vegetables, eating your fiber, and so forth. The chat is moving very quickly. Hi, beautiful lady. I walk 2 hours and a half every morning. Good for you. Oh my God. I love that. I love walking. It's like my first job. Walking, it really calms down the nerves. It reduces cortisol levels. It boosts serotonin. It gets you outside of the house. There's so much toxins with indoor air. Everyone needs to walk. And now that summer is on its way, I want more people walking. I want more people getting outside. Because the worst thing we can do to our body is sit, as I'm doing right now. My body can't sit for long. It gets pissed off. But yeah, no, that's awesome. I love that you walk. You're sweet, Nick. I appreciate you so much. I'm here for the support, everyone. I'm on bed rest and limited. Oh my God, you are? How long? How long? How far away are you? Hang in there. Virtual reality study says, I totally identified with your last video and being stuck. I don't think many people understand that it's a real thing. It is a real thing. Literally, and I started getting stuck again. I was okay, this is my weight loss journey. 282 pounds, got down to about 220 and went up a bit and then got back down again. And then I was stuck at 220 for the longest time. It is a real thing to be stuck. And then my body started doing it again. I'm like, no, it's the refined carbohydrates for me. I know that's what it is. My body isn't reacting well to them. And I will incorporate them when I'm at a weight that I want to be stuck at. You know what I mean? But it is a real thing. Your weight will get stuck and it won't move. Even when you bring the calories down, even when you try, it just gets stuck. And it's just, I know that it's proof because oh yeah, I did an OMAD. I've been doing OMADs, right? So I did an OMAD and I don't know if I posted this video, it's uploaded, but I don't think it's coming out yet. It's my second vlog. So I did an OMAD and then I ate like clean foods, like just clean carbs. And then I got my son a pizza from Safeway and I was like, okay, I'm doing OMAD. Let me try a slice of pizza. Like the first day I dropped like 2 pounds and then the next day it went down 0.2 pounds because of that one slice of pizza. And I didn't even binge or anything. How frustrating is that? You know, like you're trying to lose weight and and everyone's like, the only thing that matters is calories. You can eat whatever you want and lose weight. Sure, bud. Sure. You do that. And then eventually you're going to hit a wall and you're going to get frustrated. You know what I mean? And then people of course are going to say calories don't work. And now I'm understanding Dr. Jason Fun more. It doesn't. You got to get rid of the crap. You got to get rid of the refined carbs. You got to get rid of all of that stuff because it literally makes you stuck. And if I can remember the science behind it, it just messes up our entire metabolism. It spikes our glucose levels. So our body is not going to tap in to the fat burning system. Like fat is excess fuel. That's what fat is. It's excess. It's excess calories. It's excess hormones and all that. It's storage for the future. That's what fat is. But when you eat these stupid franken foods and these refined carbs, what happens is your body taps into only burning uh fuel from sugar. And then what it does, or glucose or external glucose. And then what your body does, it will make itself more hungry. And then you'll get more hungry and then you'll start eating more. It's just a vicious cycle. That's what it does. And it doesn't allow your body to tap in to that fat burning system. So yeah, no, I was stuck for years. I started my weight loss journey in 2018, got stuck. What got me unstuck was OMAD. OMAD was the diet for me. And that's why I'm right back to it. And guess what? I'm not stuck anymore. Like it just works for me. I don't know why. It just well, I do know why. It's the compounding of the fasting that I'm doing. It's the time restricted eating. It's the effects I'm having. It's being in fat burning for about like 19 hours out of the day, almost 20 hours a day. Like it's that. It's switching my system. It's forcing my body to go into lipolysis. So lipolysis is basically the process of burning fat. That's the chemical reaction of burning fat. And lipolysis is dependent on one thing and one hormone. Guess what that hormone is? Insulin. And insulin needs to be low in order for lipolysis to be activated. So if you go and eat a food that's going to spike your glucose levels, which consequently spikes your insulin levels, what's going to happen? Your body's not going to burn fat. It's going to burn the fuel from the food you just ate, and then you remain stuck. So, yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. And thank God for people like Dr. Jason Fong and Dr. Mindy Pels, who puts the female kind of side to it. Nick says, I'm due in June. Okay, currently need to gain strength in my legs for hang in there. Hang in there, okay? Hang in there. Hi, lady DSTV. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Ooh, yes. Sunday is my big cook day. That's how you do it. I just made 2 meals to enjoy during the week. Yes. And I'm currently doing ADF, so not eating every day, so it lasts for me. I love that. You know, another thing I missed about OMAD and like fasting and how you're doing ADF is that you don't have to cook all the time. Like, it's so convenient. Like, I can just cook. Like, I haven't gotten the chance to go to Costco because I want my bison. I'm obsessed with bison. So I just went and grabbed a few things. But like when I do my bulk cook, I just have to do it once. And I find meals that I love. Like right now, I'm obsessed with bison, quinoa, and sweet potato. I don't have my sweet potatoes now, so I'm a little annoyed. So my meal has to be a little different. But you just cook once and you're done. And it just saves you time. You don't have to clean dishes, which is so annoying. You don't have to unload the dishwasher. It just gives you free time in the day to do whatever else you need to do. So that's what I love about it. I'm a big fan of that. How do you manage to not overeat on one meal a day? You need to eat 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. That's the key. That's the key. And another thing is that when you fast on one meal a day, like if you're struggling with overeating, I highly recommend pushing your fast to 22 to 23 hours or just eating closer to bed. Because when you fast that long, you kind of shrink your stomach, especially when it compounds over time. Give one meal a day a chance to work. I say if you're just starting, give it like 30 days to get really adapted. Some people will get adapted in 2 weeks. But the key is to eat closest to bed. Eat 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. You're full. Drink some water after. And then when you have your meal, drink some water. Have some tea. I used to have this lavender moon milk tea. If you guys, people who have been on my channel last year when I was like really doing it, have some tea, have a walk, and just go right to bed. That's the key, is going to bed. If you're fasting, doing ADF, go to bed. If you're doing an extended fast and it's nighttime and you're hungry, go to bed. It's just going to bed because what happens is when you go to bed and you wake up the next day, you're not even hungry. So that's how I manage not to overeat. Another tip for not overeating is like 20 hours of fasting. You'll overeat if you're struggling with overeating. That will be a struggle. So again, shortening the eating window. When you shorten the eating window, you give a less like likely amount of chance that you're going to overeat. And if you end that short eating window closest to bed, so combining the two, shrinking the eating window and putting that eating window 2 to 3 hours before bed, and just going into a rhythm, picking a time every day where you have your meal. That's key. So that's how I manage to not overeat. Another thing is to look at what you're eating. So make sure you're eating foods that will keep you full. Like make sure you're eating whole foods, high fiber foods, protein. Um, foods with like things like sweet potato. That's what I'm only thinking about now. You can do rice, I guess. I'm not because my body's so sensitive. Just voluminous foods. Things like quinoa. I was gonna say couscous, but I was gonna buy couscous and I didn't realize it was wheat. I was like, okay, no, we can't touch that. I like to have my anabolic French toast. That keeps me full. That's hard to eat. So it's basically French toast dipped in a bunch of egg whites, and I have it with sugar-free syrup. I have that as a dessert. That will keep you full. So keeping yourself full with high fiber foods. If you're doing keto or if you're not doing keto, foods high in fat and foods high in protein. You want to mix it with the other types of food too. As long as you're mixing high fat, high protein with high fiber, it's a win. So those are my tips there. About to go on my evening walk while I listen. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you're doing that. Oh, I told you guys I've been walking after my fast? Yeah, I like that. I feel like that's helping things move. The walk post fast. Now you can do like a 5-minute walk after your fast. I'm doing a good hour walk. I love it because I get full and because my stomach has shrunk and I'm just like, I can't sit around. So I just need the food to digest. But yeah, a good walk is good for that. And plus, that's why I'm doing the steps challenge. This will only be a 1 month thing. I'm not going to be doing this for the rest. This will just speed up my metabolism to where I want it to go while preserving the muscle. Oh, yes, walking is awesome. What time do you eat your OMAD? I usually eat, okay, so this is what I do. Today, sorry, I have horrible allergies. That's why in my yesterday's video, my face was like completely swollen. And I think it's swollen right now. There's dust everywhere. I woke up this morning, my eyes were red. I have to like do a solid like bleach of my entire house because of the dust here in Alberta. It's so bad. So yeah, I'm a bit swollen, but the scale's going down, so I don't care. Even if my face is poofy. So what's the question? So, okay, for me, this is what I do. Because I'm working out a lot and I'm still focusing on building muscle. I know OMAD isn't as effective for building muscle. I know that. Doesn't matter. I can build muscle easily. I'm not worried about that. But with because of that, if I worked out for today, so for example, today I ended my fast yesterday at 6:54. Today I can break my fast right now. Because my body is freaking out and I'm hungry and I'm starting to get a slight headache, I am going to break my fast. It's right now 3 o'clock p.m. I'm going to break my fast at 3. And what I do, these are two versions I do. So when I break my fast in a 4-hour eating window, because I worked out and my muscles are yelling at me right now, my hamstrings yelling at me, I will eat like 800 to 1,000 calories. And then I will wait a couple hours and I'll eat the rest of my calories. That's one way I do it. Now, for consistent, because I'm training really hard. Now, on days that I don't train and it's an active recovery day, I will break my fast at 6 o'clock always in the 6 o'clock range. So I'll eat at 6 or sometimes 5:30 and end at like 6:30, as long as my fast is ending at 6. That's what I do. Now, when I was losing weight with OMAD and I wasn't training like this, it was always 6 to 7 o'clock. And then I would go to bed 9 to 10. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Hi, Joseph. Welcome. Nice to see you. So glad you're here. So glad you're here. Yes, thumbs up. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button for sure. Hello, good evening to each and everyone in the house. Yes, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good whatever time of day it is for you. Yes, I'm going to answer this one. Yes, my body is very spiteful. I sometimes feel if I were two separate entities coexisting in the same place, it only allows a very small window for error. If I go a step beyond that, it retaliates. My body's the exact same way. And I think it's because of the toxic buildup of all of the damage that I've done personally. I don't know your story, but what I've done with all of the bad food I ate, like eating the McDonald's, eating the chocolate bars. I literally feel like over time, eating that way and then ballooning up to almost 300 pounds just damaged my body so much that it just became hypersensitive. And it's not only that, it is a vicious cycle. And I'm not going to blame me. Well, I am going to blame me. I put it in my mouth. But like this whole fructose thing, like this stuff is very addicting. It makes you want to eat more. So it's the food itself. Like this wouldn't be happening if people were eating whole foods. If we weren't bombarded with like the most annoying thing is when I'm at the gym and I see like a McDonald's commercial. I saw a girl working out and she saw that and she like shook her head. And I was like, what the hell? That's why I don't turn on the TVs. Like you're seeing like commercials, they bombard you with food. One thing I don't understand is for the Olympics, McDonald's is a sponsor. Kellogg's is a sponsor. Eat your frosted flakes. Like all the messages we've been getting as kids. Oh, it's the cereal for Michael Phelps. Like, ew, this refined crap is the reason why we're at like where we're at. Like it's just so frustrating. And just it's all the marketing. Like Dr. Jason Fung talks about it on his channel. Basically, what happened in 1977, they changed the nutrition guidelines and they made the nutrition guidelines basically saying that they thought heart attacks were a result of people consuming too much fat. But it wasn't the fat, it was the sugar. Like obesity was climbing, but it didn't spike after they say, oh, you need to eat more grains, you need to eat more refined carbs. Like literally, I talked about this on an episode on one of my live streams, and there was this South Park meme, the food pyramid. He's like, flip the pyramid, and it solves all the problems because they have like all the healthy fats up top saying you eat less of and all the bad stuff at the bottom. So it's our food is toxic. Our food is messing up with our body's innate ability. Our body was not equipped to process these refined carbohydrates. Our body does not have a system to process it. Instead, our body takes it and stores it immediately. Like in nature, carbs are not naked. Don't eat your carbs naked. In nature, carbs are filled with fiber, they're filled with sugar, well, not sugar, but they're not filled with sugar, but there is a bit of sugar like bananas. Let's take bananas, for example. Even the bananas today are not even the natural bananas because basically genetically modified the bananas to taste sweeter and sweeter, and grapes too. But basically, when you find sugar in nature, sugarcane. Okay, sugarcane's a good one because my family's from the Caribbean. So I remember as a kid, we used to suck on sugarcane. But to get to that sugar cane, you have to get through all that cellulose and all that fiber. So in nature, sugar is found without fiber. It's because it's in plants. But we pretty much stripped the sugar and we stripped basically the carbohydrates out of its natural like benefit stuff. There's no more polyphenols in there. There's no more fiber. So when you eat the carbs naked, our body just doesn't have to do much, and then our gut microbiome suffers because our gut microbiome developed with us and evolved with us as human beings to have fiber. So it's literally the food. The food is making people sick. The food is what's causing diabetes, Alzheimer's. I'll throw out cancer out there, certain cancers. It's the food. The food is what's killing people. And I think it's really important for us to make better choices and to understand what is happening. When we understand what is happening, it gives us power to make the right decisions. And I never understood it. And it was really frustrating when people would be like, "Oh, just reduce your calories." It's not enough. It's not enough. And for me, I was like, "Well, I have to do it with keto." And then I realized, no, I don't have to do it with keto. I can just do it with no garbage carbs. Anyway, I'm going to go look at the chat here. Where am I? 4K steps on OMAD. Oh, the steps are killing me. The OMAD's easy. It's the steps. I'm like, uh-oh. But it's a challenge. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And I appreciate you being here. Welcome, man. You know what it's all about. You know what it's all about. Thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Is age a factor in metabolism and OMAD? I'm 52. Age is not a factor. You can still lose weight with OMAD. There is a protocol, though, for people who, I'm assuming you're a woman. Yes. For women who are postmenopausal, Dr. Mindy Pels talks about it. So women who are having their cycle, it's a little bit more complicated. But I would believe for women who are perimenopausal and postmenopausal, it's a little bit easier in that they're able to fast. Like I think Dr. Mindy Pels says mainly doing a more ketobiotic diet for most of the week and then 2 days out of the week having those carbs, having those refined carbohydrates. But honestly, age is not a factor. Your body, the human body is powerful. I know people in their 60s who have lost tons of weight with just walking. So I don't want you to think age is a factor at all. It is not a factor. It can be done. There's been many people in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s who have lost weight. So it won't like OMAD will be fine for you. I think it will be even easier for you because you don't have to, if you're going through menopause, you don't have to deal with the cycling of the hormones. Like for people who are menstruating, it's annoying because we have to kind of stop that week before our cycle, but I'm not this time. Just for a bit because I'm not going to do OMAD so intensely, but yes. Lady D, have you experienced hair loss due to fasting? No. So hair loss with fasting, I have not. My natural hair is pretty thick and it's growing. So with what happens with hair loss with fasting, it's a heavy metal issue. So you have to remember when we fast and we go through autophagy, our cells, like our body's made up of a bunch of cells, and then these cells are in an environment of blood and what have you. So when we do autophagy, our body squeezes out toxins out of the cell. So what happens is some people will have a heavy metal buildup, and that can be a result of hair loss. Hair loss can also happen if you're putting your body through, you have to cycle your fast and vary your fasts. So if you put your body through that, I know people have suffered hair loss on keto and stuff. For me, I haven't had that problem. It was fine for me. But there is a certain subset group of people that happens to. And I believe that has a lot to do with it's a toxicity load. I actually met a girl at the gym and she was in her 50s and she was freaking out and she was we were talking about hair and stuff. And she was saying, she's like, I'm losing it. And again, it has a lot, it's a toxic load. I believe, I don't know too much about it, but I remember listening to one of Dr. Mindy Pels' video. It has to do with toxins in your body. So that's where you're going to have to find binders and do a detox in that way. I actually have a whole bunch of information. I remember I was in Dr. Mindy Pelz's group and I asked about that because I was worried about that at the time too, about hair loss and stuff. And they gave me a whole bunch of tips on how to detox the body, like bentonite clay, dry brushing, all this stuff. I need to do a video on that. I have all the notes in my phone. But yes, no. I hope that helped. Me personally, no, but it does happen to other people, and I think it's a toxicity thing. Oh, you're so sweet. I love the positive energies. Yes. I hope everyone is doing great one, guys. Lovely Sunday. God bless you all. Yes, God bless you all. 14K steps. Let's go. This person says I'm my microbiome is actually strong from dieting on Raisin Bran every day. Raisin Bran, isn't that a cereal? That's interesting. I don't believe that. What is OMAD? Oh, it's 1 meal a day. So it's basically fasting for 20 hours a day or more and eating within a 4-hour eating window or a 1-hour eating window. It's a form of time restricted eating. It's a form of intermittent fasting that helps people lose weight. People like me who have resistant weight to lose. Mo. The amount of sugar in everything in the stores in the US is outstanding. I now read all the labels. I know, it's so bad. And you would not believe the items that have added sugar, even the so-called healthy stuff. Yes, added sugar, and they'll hide that added sugar too. There's other names for added sugar. That's another video I gotta make. I know there's enough. Your I didn't write that properly. I know there's like other hidden names for added sugar. I believe fructose glucose is one of them. Yeah, it is definitely fructose glucose. But yeah, added sugar, it's everywhere. And then you try to combine added sugar with natural oils and avoiding the bad fats like the canola oil, it's even worse. So that's why it's just best to just not touch the aisles and just get whole foods. Literally, just go grab a potato, boil it yourself and do it. Or sweet potato. Well, potatoes aren't bad, but you just don't want to have too many starches. I don't want to criticize like Whole Foods. You know what? Just Whole Foods. I'm not going to get too complicated. It's for people who get like stuck. And if they're eating potatoes, I would tell them to get it out, like remove the starches. But just grab meat, eat that. Like avoid the aisles. You can get things like oatmeal. Oatmeal will be fine as long as it's plain. Oh, I should no, because there's the flavored oatmeal. There's like maple oatmeal, and it's so much sugar. Like you got to read the labels. You got to read the labels. It's very intense. It's bad. And that's why we're all sick. Like I can't even say they're lucky, but there are people who don't end up gaining weight, but they end up getting metabolic diseases or they end up with cancer or they end up with skin issues. Like we're all getting affected by this, or they're tired all the time, or their mood's all like, messed up. So it's just crazy. Justin says, what do you think about rolling fast than 1 meal a day? I think it's a good tool for someone who has a lot of weight to lose, but I think you got to be careful with it. I don't think you should be doing it for too long. Rolling because you want to, like I said, I say this all the time. Hang on. Weight loss happens in the kitchen. If you're doing a rolling fast and then you're eating 6,000 calories, you're just going to gain the weight because you can't fast indefinitely for that long because you'll spike your cortisol levels and your body will just be like, screw it, I don't want to fast anymore. I think rolling fasts are good, but don't depend on them for weight loss. You can do a rolling fast, maybe like a 2-count rolling fast. So maybe when I say 2-count, doing like maybe for like a week max, and then learn how to properly eat. I personally don't do rolling fast longer than one cycle. So let's say I do a 48-hour rolling fast. I'll do 48, eat a small meal, which is usually an OMAD, and then go do another 48. I won't do it for longer than that. I don't like the idea of doing it for too long because you don't know how to eat. But again, if you have a lot of weight to lose, it will help. But you have to be aware of learning how to manage yourself in the kitchen because weight gain happens in the kitchen and weight loss happens in the kitchen. So, yes, rolling fasts are effective, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overdo it. That's my advice with that, I would say. Thank you so much for the question, Justin. The US is definitely trying to keep us sick. So is Canada, same thing. Oh, it's spreading to other parts of the world too. It's in Mexico now, it's in the Caribbean. Everyone's eating the Western diet. It's in a lot of African nations now. They talked about it, how people are going for Coca-Cola and stuff and all this like toxic stuff. Um, it's everywhere now. Maybe not Scandinavia. I think they're still doing good. It's in the UK. It's is it in Europe? Yeah, I guess I would say it's in Europe. Maybe not Italy, but it's in a lot of places. I would say Asia too, parts of Asia. Yeah, it's in the oh yeah, it's definitely in Asia. It's in the Philippines. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. This American diet. The US is definitely trying to keep us sick, but I'm working on making sure I eat whole foods and helping my family eat more whole foods. That's good. Well, I shouldn't say it's everywhere because I know in the UK they're now putting labels, like these huge labels on American food saying that it's toxic. It's crazy. It is crazy. I'm from the Caribbean, Trinidad. It's literally par- paradise. We have whole foods at our finger. Oh my god, yeah. Tips. We have the most KFC outlets per person in the world. Our population is just about 1.5 million. Really? Oh my goodness. That's wild. Yeah, because you guys can get food off the tree. I remember when I was in Grenada, where my family's from, I would just pick stuff off the tree. The cows are in the forest and they're mooing away. But even Grenada is getting destroyed with all this fast food culture. And a lot of my family down there, they're getting diabetes and stuff. So it's really bad. It is ethnic specific. I know some people who are lactose. It could be, I don't know. I think everyone it could be, but everyone's so different DNA-wise, even if you're of the same ethnicity. Everyone's different. Well, let me move to Scandinavia. Yeah, they're I don't think there's over I don't think of Scandinavians, they're not over I could be wrong. I just know Cecilia Blomdahl, she lives in Svalbard, but in Sweden and I don't think so. Not like overweight at US and Canada levels, but yeah. I'm drinking the sparkling water flavored 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 everything while fasting. Is that okay? Yes, those are fine. Those are fine. Is this one of them? I'm having a Perrier. No, this is clear. But I have what do you call it? Le Cru? Le Cru. I know that's what intermittent fasting foodie has sometimes. So it's flavored, but it's 0 calories. It's flavored with essence. So it doesn't really mess up my fasting. I think it's fine. But watch how the scale responds. It should be fine. I've had that. Le Cru, I've had bubblies. I switched to Le Cru. I've had great blood. Yeah, those are fine. Those are fine. All of my Caribbean clients here in Florida have gardens. Oh my god, that's so cool, and they grow their own fruit and vegetables. Oh my gosh, that is so good, and when you grow your own fruit and vegetables and even raise your own animals, guess what? It tastes better. It tastes better, and I love food, and I love the way it tastes, and I'm falling more and more in love with whole foods more than anything because it just makes my body feel good, and I don't wanna feel depressed, I don't wanna feel sluggish, I don't wanna feel chronically fatigued. I don't wanna feel any of that. I wanna feel like, healthy and vibrant and well. That's what it's about. I'm just checking Twitch here. Okay. Alright. But yeah. So, I just wanna make sure I went over all the rules. Sorry, I'm sniffly. I don't wanna sniff into the microphone. I'm gonna have to go sit in the bath because this is all dry. But yes, this OMAD 30-day challenge, if you can do 14 steps a day, it's great. If you can't, find a step goal that is difficult for you, that is challenging for you, not difficult. You don't want it impossible. Just add 4,000 steps to what you're already doing on average. I think that's a good win. And don't beat yourself up if you sorry, that was the chair. Don't beat yourself up. Oh my god, my hamstrings. I gotta stretch them out. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a day, if you fall off track. This is about trying to set a habit. It's try to set a precedent. It's try to get you motivated, get some results, and to keep it going. Now, after the challenge, you can do whatever you want. Just find a sustainable way to eat. Don't overeat, don't binge eat. If OMAD's it for you, win. If not, the 18-hour fast is good enough as well. It's so individual and so specific. It's really hard to make something like this general, but this challenge is to get you moving. It's to get you thinking and to get you setting the habit of being in control of your nutrition. That's what it's about right now, more than anything. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm super excited to host this challenge, and I'm so excited to be doing it. I think walking is the key. Just adding walking, it's powerful. Also listen to your body, please. If your body is telling you you're doing too much, then listen to your body and take a break from the step challenge. Like take a break or have a break from OMAD. But when you take a break, don't go and lose control. Listen to your body because sometimes what your body will tell you, it's like, oh, maybe I need to break my fast earlier, and you do it and then you eat healthy foods as long as you're eating foods that are in the following categories: no refined carbohydrates, meat, poultry, fish, leafy greens. Oh, what else? Um, Leafy greens. Oh, fruits minus bananas and grapes. That's what Dr. Jason Fung said. I think it probably with the breeding and the high sugar content of them. But as long as you're eating whole foods and you go out and you eat a little more, sometimes you can do that and then your body will still drop weight. So don't worry, listen to your body. If you need a break, please take a break. That's key. It's all about finding balance here. This challenge is just to remind you to keep moving forward and to not give up. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Oh, hi. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Daniela. I've just been here listening today. I appreciate you being here and I appreciate you listening. I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting this journey, for supporting yourself, for making this community bomb, because I want people to find success with weight loss. And I want people to understand that they are not stuck. They can lose the weight, because that's how I felt for years. I literally gave up. I'm like, I'm never going to see Wonderland. I'm never going to get down to where I want to get down. I just never thought it was going to happen until I found the power of the metabolic switch, until I found the power of fasting, till I found the power of keto, until I found the power of understanding that carbs aren't bad. All carbs aren't bad. As long as it's whole foods, as long as it's, you can't get away with non-starchy carbohydrates. You can't get away with things like sweet potato and stuff. You can't get away with those things. But carbs aren't bad. It's what carbs you're eating. So understand that, because I always feared carbs, and that's not the truth. But if you're starting your journey, of course, you want to be in a metabolic diet. If keto is going to help you, stick to it, because keto helped me a lot by helping to crush my hunger. And when you're in ketosis throughout the day, you're also in autophagy as well, or it promotes autophagy as well. So do what you got to do, but understand that I don't want people labeling. The only thing that's bad is refined carbohydrates, okay? But again, you can have them with fiber. But if you're like me and your body's sensitive AF, just don't. I'm just eliminating. They're all gone. It's all gone except the little breadcrumbs I'm having on this pork thing. The breadcrumbs are negligible. It's like what do you call it? It's like a pork schnizzle. It's so negligible. It's like 1 calorie, but it will be fine. But if that causes problems, then that's out. But yeah, you just have to be diligent. Don't give up. Fall one day, get up the next. Just keep falling and rising. That's how you get it done. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for being here. Please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys tonight for a video. Yes, I'm still uploading daily. I got a mission. Take care. I'll see you guys later. Bye.